Frank Caprio opened the file. Stopped. Looked again. Sarah Kim? His voice soft. Very soft. Silence. Long silence. Sarah, are you here? In the corner, a small girl was sitting. 22 years old, but looked 16. Very thin, very pale, hair covering her face. Head down, can't look up. Frank waited. Linda, court clerk, looked worried. Sarah, please come to the microphone. I need to hear you. Sarah slowly stood up. Walked. Each step heavy, like feet or concrete. Came to microphone, but still not looking. Frank softly. Sarah, can you look at me? Sarah raised her head. Slowly, and Frank saw. Her eyes empty, burned inside, swollen from crying. But no more tears, just emptiness. And Frank understood. This is different case. Frank looked at file. Sarah Kim, age 22. Charge, damage to public property, bridge railing damage, Washington Bridge, Providence, night 11:30 p.m. 3 weeks ago. Sarah lowered her head. Sarah, can you tell me what happened? Silence. Long silence. Sarah? Sarah's voice very weak, like whisper. I don't know. What don't you know? What to say? Frank leaned back. Okay, let me ask. That night, what were you doing on the bridge? Silence. Sarah, please, help me. That night at 11:30 p.m., you're on bridge. Alone? Damaging railing. Why? Sarah started crying. Quietly. Tears running down face, but making no sound. Frank's voice even softer. Sarah, you're safe here. I want to help you. But first, I need to know truth. That night on the bridge, what were you trying to do? Sarah raised her head, looked at Frank, and whispered, Die. Courtroom went completely silent. Total silence. No sound, just Sarah's silent tears. Frank stood up, came down from judge's bench, approached Sarah, but not too close. Respectful distance. Sarah, look at me. Sarah looked. That night, were you thinking of killing yourself? Sarah nodded. Yes. And the railing? Were you trying to climb? Yes, Sarah cried. But I was scared. Too high, and police came. Frank's eyes filled. Police saw you and stopped you. Yes, Officer Rodriguez. He hugged me and said, please don't. And I cried so much. And then he took me to hospital, psych ward, 72 hours. Then they released me. And now I'm here. Frank sat next to Sarah, as human. Sarah, now tell me, that night, why did you want to die? Sarah took deep breath. I don't know where to start. Start from beginning. What happened? I'm college student, Rhode Island School of Design, graphic design, senior year. Graduation should have been this year, but I dropped out 3 months ago because I couldn't do it. Too hard. Projects, exams, everyone's so good. I wasn't good enough. Frank nodded. Continue. And my family, they were so disappointed. They came from Korea to America 20 years ago, worked so hard, at restaurant every day, for me and my brother, sent us to college, and I quit. I failed. Did you tell your family? No, I couldn't, because they were so proud. Sarah's going to RISD, they told everyone, and how do I tell them? Mom, Dad, I quit. I couldn't do it. So you hid it? Yes. 3 months, every day I left home. Going to school? I said. But I just walked. Providence streets, for hours. Nobody there, just me. And I was thinking. Thinking what? Sarah cried. Death, every day. I thought, if I die, nobody will be sad. Because I'm already a failure, I'm just disappointment. Sarah. And that night, I decided, enough, I'll do it. And I went to bridge. Frank's eyes filled. But you didn't do it. Because I was scared, and Officer Rodriguez saw me. He saved my life. Frank held Sarah's hands. Sarah, now listen to me. very carefully. Sarah looked. You're not sick. You're not bad person. You're not weak. But, no, listen. You have depression. This is illness, like diabetes, like cancer, like flu. But this is brain illness, and you're not to blame. Sarah cried. But I quit school. I failed. Sarah, millions of students struggle in college, but they don't talk, because they're ashamed, just like you. And result? Depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts. I'm not alone? No, Sarah. You're never alone. According to CDC, every year, 12 million Americans think about suicide, 1.5 million attempt, and 45,000 die. Sarah, shocked. 45,000? Yes, every year. More than 9/11, more than Vietnam War. But nobody talks. Because shame, stigma, fear. I didn't know. And Sarah, know who's most at risk? Ages 18 to 25, college students, especially Asian American girls. Because cultural pressure, family expectations, perfectionism, Sarah cried. Yes, exactly. I always had to be perfect. Best grades, best school, best job. And I couldn't. Frank smiled. Sad smile. Sarah, nobody's perfect. I'm judge, 40 years, and every day I see imperfect people. People who make mistakes. But you know what? They still deserve to live. Just like you. Frank stood up, returned to seat, sat down. Sarah Kim, you're guilty of damage to public property, but Sarah lowered head, expecting penalty. But I see this charge differently. This isn't vandalism. This is cry for help. Sarah raised head. And justice system sometimes is wrong place. You shouldn't be in jail. You shouldn't be in court. You should be in therapy. Courtroom applauded. Sarah cried. So here's my decision. First, damage to public property charge, dropped, removed from record. You have clean record. Sarah couldn't believe. Really? Yes, because you're not criminal, you're sick, and sick people need treatment, not prison. Second, I'm referring you to Butler Hospital, psychiatric evaluation, then therapy plan, CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, maybe medication, maybe support group. Doctor will decide. But I have no money. Don't worry, Rhode Island offers free mental health services, Medicaid, community mental health centers. I'll have Linda help you. Paperwork, appointments, everything. Sarah cried. Thank you. Third, you'll register with BH Link, 24/7 crisis hotline, Rhode Island's mental health emergency line. If those thoughts come back, call immediately, 988, National Suicide Prevention Hotline. Fourth, do you want me to call your family? Tell them? Sarah hesitated. I'm scared. Why? Because they'll be so disappointed. Frank softly. Or maybe they'll understand. Maybe they'll love you. More than before. At that moment, courtroom door opened. A woman entered, 50s, Korean, very worried, running. Sarah, Sarah! Sarah turned. Face went white. Mom! Mother ran to Sarah, hugged, very tight. Sarah, baby, where have you been? I was so worried. 3 weeks, you're missing. Phone off. Where are you? Mom, I'm here. Frank stood up. Excuse me, who are you? Mother turned. I'm Sarah's mother, Mrs. Kim. I got call from Linda, court clerk. She said, Sarah's here, emergency, come. And I came right away. Frank looked at Linda. Linda nodded. I found emergency contact in Sarah's file. I thought family should know. Frank smiled. You did very well, Linda. Mother turned to Sarah, held her hands. Sarah, what's happening? This court what? Linda said on phone, Sarah caught on bridge. Suicide attempt. Is this true? Sarah cried, nodded. Yes, Mom, true. Mother's knees gave out, sat on floor, screamed, crying. No, Sarah, why? Why didn't you tell me? Sarah collapsed, next to Mother. Because I was ashamed. I dropped out of RISD. I failed. And you would be so disappointed. Sarah. Mother held Sarah's face. You're my everything. College is nothing. You must live. You must be with me. But you always said, Sarah, be successful. Sarah, be doctor. Sarah, make us proud. Mother cried. Yes, I said. Because I'm stupid. I said wrong things. But Sarah, listen to me. Mother held Sarah's hands tight. I came from Korea to America 20 years ago, had nothing. No English, no money. And you know what I did? Worked at restaurant, washed dishes, 12 hours, every day. Why? I don't know. Because you existed, and your brother. And I thought, if I work, my children will have better life. Go to college, be successful, be happy. Mother cried. But I was wrong. I didn't make you happy. I made you sick. Because I pressured too much. Be successful, be successful, be successful. And you got sick. And I didn't see. Mom, Sarah, if you don't want to finish college, it's okay. If you don't want to be graphic designer, it's okay. If you want to stay home, it's okay. Whatever you do, I love you. Because you're my daughter, my life. Mother and daughter hugged and cried, long time. And Courtroom cried. Everyone cried. Frank took out handkerchief, wiped eyes. Mrs. Kim, you're wonderful, Mother. Mother shook head. No, I'm bad, Mother, because I brought my daughter to edge of death. No, you're here now. You understand now. And now you'll heal together. Therapy, support, love, together. At that moment, woman stood up from courtroom. 30 seconds. Crying. Excuse me, Your Honor. Frank turned. Yes? I have depression too. Woman's voice trembling. 5 years, and I never told anyone, because I was ashamed. But today I heard Sarah, and saw her talk with Mother, and I understood I'm not alone, and I need to talk to my family. Courtroom went silent. Then someone else stood. Young man. Me too. Anxiety, panic attacks. Taking medication 2 years, but didn't tell family. Today going home to tell them. Then another. Elderly woman. My son killed himself 10 years ago, age 25, and I still blame myself. Why didn't I see? But I saw Sarah and her mother, and I understood. Sometimes we can't see, because they hide it. But it's not our fault, and not their fault either. It's illness. Frank stood up, surprised, but happy. Do you see? Do you see what's happening? Sarah, you came here today, alone, ashamed, scared, wanting to die, but you spoke, you told your story. And now look, people got courage, people opening up, people saying, me too. This is change, this is hope, this is community. Another woman stood. I'm psychologist at Brown University, and I want to start free support group for college students every Thursday. Sarah, will you be first member? Sarah cried. Yes, I will. Another man. I'm RISD graduate, and I also dropped out senior year, depression, but I came back 2 years later and graduated. Sarah, if you want to talk, I'm here. Courtroom applauded, standing, everyone standing. Frank's eyes filled. This is most beautiful thing. A courtroom became support group. Frank told Sarah one last thing. Sarah, now go, with your mother. Make appointment at Butler Hospital, today, now, don't wait. Yes, sir. And save 988 in phone, now, while I watch. Sarah took out phone. Saved it. 988, saved. Good. And go to support group at Brown. Thursday, go with Mother. Mother nodded. Yes, we'll go together. Frank smiled. And one more thing, Sarah. Look at me. Sarah looked. That night, on bridge, you stopped. Didn't climb. Know why? No. Because inside you, small voice said. Stop, live, one more chance. And that voice was right. Because look today, Mother's here. Courts with you. People saying, me too. You're not alone. You never were. You just didn't know. And now you know. And now you'll heal. Slowly. One day, one step. But you'll heal, Sarah cried. How do I thank you? Don't thank me. Just live. Every day. One breath, one step, one smile, and one day you'll look back and say, I'm so glad I didn't climb. Sarah and Mother left courtroom. Together. Holding hands. Mother holding Sarah tight, never letting go. And at courtroom door, Sarah stopped, turned back, looked at Frank, and moved her lips, silently. But Frank understood. Thank you. I'll live. Frank nodded and smiled, and tears flowed. Because today, a life was saved. Mother and daughter reunited. Courtroom became support group. And community said, me too. And that's enough. That's everything. Frank turned to camera. Final words. If you're thinking of dying right now, please wait. Just tonight. Tomorrow, one more chance. 988, National Suicide Prevention Hotline. 24/7, free, anonymous. 741741, crisis text line. Text, hello. You are not alone. World can't afford to lose you. Court is adjourned. Sarah Kim is now in therapy, healing with her mother. Joined Brown support group. Every day finding reason to live. If you're thinking of suicide, 988. Suicide hotline 741741. Crisis text, hello. You are not alone. Me too.